The 6888, 2024. Introduction, setting the stage, World War II mail crisis. The film begins with poignant readings of letters capturing the anxiety of families eagerly waiting for news from their loved ones fighting in World War II. The piling up of mail creates a significant morale crisis among American troops stationed abroad, prompting military leaders to search for solutions to this growing dilemma. Introduction to Lena Derricotte and her world. We meet Lena Derricotte, a spirited African-American woman from Philadelphia with aspirations that defy societal expectations. Her relationship with Abram David, a Jewish boy, is challenged by the racial prejudices of their time. Family dynamics are key as her mother and aunt discuss traditional futures for women, highlighting the pressure Lena faces to conform. In a bold move, Lena declares her intention to join the military, shocking her family who anticipate her path will lead to college. Training camp, the reality of joining the Women's Army Corps. Lena arrives at a training camp in Georgia alongside other African-American recruits, immediately encountering the harsh realities of segregation. Under the command of Captain Charity Adams, the women are informed they must exceed the performance of their white counterparts to earn respect. The rigorous physical training tests their endurance, while they also encounter racism from both officers and soldiers, complicating their military journey. Challenges in training and bonding among the women. Training takes a toll on the recruits, which include Lena, Johnny Mae, Dolores, Bernice, and Elaine. They navigate the ups and downs of forming bonds and rivalries. As Lena wrestles with her struggle to keep up, her determination shines through despite near failure. A pivotal confrontation arises during a visit to a military theater where they refuse to comply with demands for segregation, showcasing their resilience. Captain Adams emerges as a fierce advocate for her unit, confronting military officials over the unjust treatment of the women. Mission assigned, the 6888 is deployed. The escalating complaints about undelivered mail culminate in a top-level meeting at the White House. Civil rights advocate Mary McLeod Bethune passionately argues for the deployment of the Black Female Battalion to resolve the issue. As a result, Captain Adams and the 6888 finally receive their mission. This marks a historic moment as they become the first all-black female battalion assigned overseas, underscoring their vital role in the war effort and the societal shifts occurring during this pivotal era. The journey to Europe, uncertain orders. The battalion embarks on their mission aboard the Isle de France, a civilian vessel without military protection, rendering them susceptible to attacks from German U-boats. Amidst the journey, the women forge connections while grappling with apprehensions about their undisclosed assignment awaiting them in Europe. Upon their arrival, they encounter dismissive remarks from military leaders who harbor doubts about their capabilities. The task at hand, sorting millions of letters. Upon introduction to their task, the 6888 faces an enormous challenge, navigating through warehouses filled with millions of undelivered letters, some dating back over 10 months. The enormity of the endeavor is staggering as they must sort through 17 million pieces of mail within a span of 6 months. To tackle this monumental task, Captain Adams devises an effective system for organizing letters based on Army numbers, division insignias, and even personal details such as fragrances. During this process, Lena undergoes a poignant moment, discovering that one of the undelivered letters may come from her deceased love, Abram David. Hostility from higher UPS and racism in the military. The battalion faces significant obstacles from within their ranks, primarily exemplified by General Halter, who exhibits open racism and actively attempts to thwart their progress by delaying orders and withholding essential resources. Further complicating matters, the unit's chaplain is unveiled as a spy intended to undermine their mission. Captain Adams takes a stand against these injustices, challenging her superior officer to ensure her battalion's treatment remains just. Personal struggles and a love interest for Lena. Amidst the challenges, Lena encounters Hugh Bell, a fellow black officer who expresses interest in her. Although he confides about his prior engagement, which he ended after meeting Lena, she remains hesitant to entertain feelings for him while still mourning Abram's death. Despite this reluctance, Lena treasures Hugh's companionship as they navigate their complexities. A tragic loss, soldiers die in action. Tragedy strikes when two women from the battalion meet their demise after their transport vehicle inadvertently drives over an unexploded bomb. The Army's refusal to provide them a dignified burial prompts Captain Adams to take decisive action. Together, the battalion holds a solemn funeral, reinforcing their camaraderie and collective resolve. Breakthrough, finding a system that works. In a significant turn, the unit discovers new ways to decode hidden messages within the letters, realizing that certain hand-drawn symbols indicate military units and locations. Lena's insightful identification of soldiers through their division patches marks a breakthrough for the team. Utilizing these innovative approaches leads to a rapid acceleration in their sorting efforts, greatly diminishing the backlog of undelivered mail. Confrontation with General Halter. As the success of the operation becomes apparent, General Halter actively seeks to disband it, launching unfounded accusations of incompetence against Captain Adams. He threatens her position, suggesting he might replace her with a white lieutenant. In a significant moment of defiance, Captain Adams asserts her authority, resolutely refusing to allow him to undermine their efforts. Lena Derricotte, the emotional core of the film. Lena begins her journey as a young woman in search of purpose, caught in the tension between societal expectations and personal aspirations. Her character arc revolves around self-discovery, resilience, and emotional healing following personal tragedy. Early struggles. In the beginning, Lena is unsure of her capabilities, grappling with the rigors of military training and the societal pressures faced as a black woman and soldier. Determination grows as she forges friendships with her fellow soldiers and witnesses their collective challenges. Lena realizes their mission is about more than merely delivering mail. It embodies a struggle for recognition and respect. Love and loss. The death of Abram David profoundly impacts her. His final letter provides closure and empowers her to embrace the future with renewed confidence. Empowerment. By the film's conclusion, Lena evolves from merely surviving to thriving, discovering a newfound sense of purpose and belonging. Initially, she stands in opposition to authority, viewing the military as a structure that oppresses black individuals. Becoming a team player, through her relationships with fellow soldiers such as Lena and Dolores, she gradually learns to take pride in their mission. Her tragic arc. In the wake of a tragic UXB explosion that claims the lives of 2 soldiers, her emotional outburst reveals her deep care for her comrades underneath her tough exterior. Hugh Bell, the love interest with meaning. Hugh transcends the role of a typical love interest, serving a critical role in Lena's journey. A symbol of moving forward, his character becomes a catalyst encouraging Lena to release the weight of her past in favor of contemplating a future filled with joy and love. Not just romance, Hugh also embodies the challenges faced by black men in the military, showcasing his support for the Women's Battalion while navigating his own unique struggles. The 688, Forgotten Heroes. The 6,888th Central Postal Directory Battalion stands out as the only all-black, all-female unit deployed overseas during World War II. Their mission involved the critical task of sorting and delivering mail to U.S. troops stationed in Europe, highlighting their remarkable contributions and resilience amidst adversity. The backlog faced by the military during the mail crisis was severe, with letters and packages accumulating for almost a year, leading to a detrimental effect on soldier morale. The 688, a group of black women in the military, were tasked with resolving this crisis. Despite the Army's expectation of their failure, the women astoundingly cleared the entire backlog in a mere 90 days, significantly less time than the anticipated 6 months. Discrimination was a central theme in their experience, as the film accurately captures the systemic racism and sexism these women faced. They dealt with segregated living conditions, receiving accommodations that were inferior to those of their white counterparts. The skepticism from white officers was evident, as many believed that black women were incapable of managing such a critical task. Upon returning from their service, these women found their contributions largely ignored, as they were not honored, and their story became nearly erased from history until more recent times. 2 key figures emerge in this narrative: Mary McLeod Bethune and Eleanor Roosevelt. Bethune, a prominent black civil rights leader, was instrumental in advocating for the rights and roles of black women in the military. Roosevelt, the First Lady, served as one of the few white allies who supported and pushed for black women to be entrusted with meaningful positions in the Army. The film spotlights the importance of representation, showcasing black women in positions of strength and leadership. It illustrates that the battle for representation within the military was a hard-fought struggle that black women had to pursue on their own terms. Additionally, the film emphasizes the significant role of communication, highlighting how essential letters were for soldiers, with messages from home capable of uplifting spirits and even saving lives. Despite being assigned a mission many expected to fail, the 688 turned those expectations on their head, demonstrating that black women had to excel far beyond their peers just to gain minimal recognition. The film poignantly concludes by fast-forwarding to the future, revealing how the contributions of these women went unrecognized for decades. In a significant moment of acknowledgement, President Obama awarded the 688 with the Congressional Gold Medal, rectifying the historical oversight of their bravery and service. This recognition not only honors their legacy but also serves as a reminder of the obstacles they overcame in the face of racism and institutional barriers. If you enjoy watching this video, then subscribe to Angel Recaps for the latest movies explanation.